kind of exciting story here. Now you hear kind of theory and academic research around the same concept. Well, to make anything successful in life takes a lot of persistence and execution. So let's dig into a little bit how we've been able to make that work. This funny photo that you see here on the slide right here, it comes from one of our internal blogs. When we introduced the topic of going live with our starter license products, whoa, there was some pandemonium going on within our organization. We had over 100 different employees want to participate in discussing what's the right price point, how can we make this work? And there was a concern, a very viable concern and really realistic, that this promotion was going to come down and cast our business into a whirlwind, that our support team wouldn't be able to scale the free support offering that we were proposing. Our engineers would need to get off their development work and help out the support team. Our roadmap would get completely off track, and the overall business would be in the middle of a massive success disaster. And there was a lot of people who were concerned about that, and boy, I was too. So we went about mitigating the risk of converting your business into a freemium style business. First thing we went about doing was to update our web readiness for customers. So we figured that customers would, if they needed support from us, customers would want to find information first. So we went out and fully redesigned how customers interact with our resources for them. And this is kind of one of the web pages that we worked on. The next thing we did was totally redo our support portal and made it really clean and easy. And if you had seen the before pictures of both of these sites, you'd see that this was a significant benefit and significant advantage. And what was nice about this is that it actually helped our commercial business too, right? Because it made the commercial customers more likely to use our support as well. So all the extra tension that we put on the business helped out in many ways. A third thing we did is we took a long and hard look at our documentation and decided to overhaul the first documentation set that we provided for customers. We went and created our 101 guides, which would make sure that a new customer would be able to quickly self-service the needs that they'd have on their own, get the tutorials they needed to get up and running, created videos, and made this customer self-service really work. Fourth thing here, this is our customer service FAQ, and it's about the 42nd iteration of that one. We worked long and hard to make sure that our customer service team would scale. Each and every question that they would have, that they could be deflected, and we wouldn't have a huge situation where we needed to hire people. We would be able to scale the operational strength of our business with our current staffing count. The next thing we did, and going back to the landing page, is our VP of Marketing, Jay Simons, put on a master class on how to do demand generation. So between Twitter and Facebook and social media, between email marketing and blogging, we got out there and we got the word out about this campaign. The story about the charitable giving, the free software for 5 days, we created demand and interest for our product, and it captivated the internet for a full week. What that did was drive intense strain on our infrastructure. So this was another area where we had to do an incredible amount of preparedness. If you see here, at the spike, we were hitting 300 transactions an hour processing demand for these licenses. On an average day prior to the promotion, we were lucky to do 250 transactions over a whole day. So for those of you, payment processing seems to be a very hot topic for folks putting on this. We had to dial in our infrastructure for handling these requests and processing the payment for them, and we were able to do so. This slide also speaks to the metrics around our internal systems team and building up graphs and charts to monitor the effectiveness and the impact of freemium on our business. So here is one of my favorite graphs, probably my most favorite graphs of all of the metric graphs that we put together throughout this promotion. And if there's one thing you'll be able to retain from my presentation, hopefully we can etch this image in your mind about the impact that Causium can have. So there's been a lot of discussion about cohort analysis today, and this is a visual representation of our monthly cohorts and their likelihood to convert to the for-pay offerings. And I can't take full credit for this one. I got to give credit to Phil Lebin from Evernote, who put this together for the original Freemium Summit. We poached this idea and love it. And what amazes me, once we saw the data in this, what amazes me is the thickness of these color bands as time goes on. So what's happened there is that there's an annuity stream of revenue that keeps on churning. So when you look at the raw data, these are the raw percentages that apply to that chart, you see that each month the cohort is expanding by 0.5%, full percent, 0.6% on a given month, and that's raising the cumulative conversion rate in many cases to over 12%. Amazing, amazing. A lot of you might be asking, what are you guys secretly doing behind the covers to coerce these people to have such an amazingly high conversion rate? And the quick answer there is nothing. Well, a little bit, right? Here you see is an email. We've set up an email drip campaign where customer will get, at the most, 7 emails over the course of a year. And these emails are more instructional and informational than they are promoting a conversion to our commercial offerings. And the goal, the key rationale on this is customer, they make up their own mind, right? They're going to convert because they love the product. They're going to convert because they need extra users. They're going to keep us top of mind because they think they're getting value from us when they need it most. So we're going to let our customers convert on their own volition and on their own time frame. We've seen that works, and we've seen kind of a perspective here. So this is the impact of Causium on a customer, right? And if you read through this quote, what's going on is that, well, actually, let me preface this, that I got this quote from doing a survey about 2 months ago. I wanted to get a handhold of our customer base for these starter licenses, and I used the SurveyMonkey survey and went out and tried to find out what was striking them. When I do surveys, I love to do an open-ended question. So the open-ended question here was, is there anything you want to tell us about your starter licenses? So Eugene here, out of his own volition, told us, hey, I am now an extended part of your marketing team. I go out and sell your product at cocktail parties and dinner parties all the time. And I do that because I love your product, and I'm proud to be part of a company that does something that's more than just raking in revenue, but is contributing to the community. So we've tapped into something with these customers where they're really have a virulent desire to talk about our product and be our marketing emissaries. So we've seen about what Causium has done in our business, we've seen what it means to our customers, and we've also seen what it can do for our investors. And a lot of you may be thinking, hey, this is all well and good, this is kind of a cool concept, my investors not gonna go for it. They need to bring a profit to their investors. Causium simply not gonna work. Well, we found the opposite. When we were out fundraising in the past year, folks looked at our offering, and especially Rich Wong, who put a $60 million vote of confidence in our business. Rich went and was incredibly impressed by how we innovated with our pricing model. So I'd encourage all of you to have that sort of innovation and innovative thinking in your pricing model, because it can really help you differentiate and distinguish your business from others. And the investment community will definitely be receptive to that. So now I'm going to talk about actually my personal favorite part of Causium and working so deeply on these campaigns over the past couple years. This here's a picture of my friend John Wood. And about 10 years ago, John was an up-and-coming executive at Microsoft, and he needed a break, like most everybody at Microsoft. Right? He wanted to go to the one place on this earth where he couldn't hear Ballmer screaming at him. So he went to Nepal, and this is a picture of John standing next to a yak holding a big bag of books in Nepal. And on his trekking through Nepal, he went to a high mountain village and talked to a headmaster there, who introduced him and showed him the school and the library, and found out that there's a school with no books. Kids go to the library and there's one leftover Danielle Steele book. That's it. So something touched John that day, and it led him on an amazing entrepreneurial journey. You can read about it in his book he wrote, and on this entrepreneurial journey to found Room to Read. And we found Room to Read really compelling, and the place that we wanted to contribute the $750,000 that we've raised so far. So through Room to Read, Causium in our promotion has been able to affect and impact the lives of 38,600 children globally, and we're pretty proud of that. Employees come to our office every day empowered and proud that the company that they work for is having an impact in the world and not just raking in money, and not, they love the fact that Atlassian has a foundation that we're contributing back to the community. And that $750,000, while impressive and good and nice and all, is just a tiny drop in the bucket of what Room to Read's been able to do. And it's an even tinier drop in the bucket for what Room to Read's ambitions are over the next 5 years. So when you guys are going home over the next week and reflecting on how you can use Freemium economic model for supercharging your business, the question that we pose from Atlassian is, what's your cause and how you can make an impact too? Any questions? All right, good. All righty, well, thank you. And for any of you who are interested in Room to Read, we invited Wendy here from the New York office, and she's here and we'll be here through the cocktail to answer any questions you may have. Good. Thanks.